Hey guys, Tyler here bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Vov Farmlands. Playing for today's pointing on the left we have Icarus, playing as US Forces, who has Urban Assault, Recon Support, and Airborne. Teaming up with him is C. Blanco, playing as Soviets, who has Mechanized Support, Guard Rifle Combined Arms, and Urban Defense. Going for a tier 1 start here, double combat engineer style. Based off against him on the right we have Tomcat, playing as Osir, who has German Mechanized, Joint Operations, and Storm. And finally Iroha, playing as OKW, who has Firestorm, Overwatch, and Special Operations. In terms of rankings here, both these are ranged teams. Icarus and C. Blanco around rank mid-40s, I think. And the Axis in the mid-60s. These two, though, haven't gone past their much past their placement matches as Axis. They've got a few more as allies together. Running the Stern Pyros coming down here, trying to bully the squad outside of the building. Just holding on for the moment. Kuwagan driving around the rear. Stern Pyros are doing some pretty good damage. It's a rifleman around the corner though. Sterns could be in some trouble, so he might not quite have sight. We're shot inside the building, getting very low though. Do have a Fox Trinity coming in from the north. And Icarus decides to hold on to the building, cycles the rifleman into it. Unlock that down. Meanwhile up here, MG in the building, combining with the Grenadiers. Interesting positioning here as well. The Grenadiers, so that only this one window can fire machine gun from long range outside of the squad from inside the building's range. So ultimately a good engagement there for Tomcat. Do have a M3 with a penal inside coming down here for C. Blanco. And here we go, charging forwards, maybe hoping to catch the Kubel. Oh, C. Iroha was tempted to drive forwards there, but the rifleman held their position. And down goes the Kubel. Good teamwork here from the allies. C. Blanco coming down to support his teammate in the south. Finds the opportunity, taking out the Kubel. Now looking for the Volksgrenadier wipe as well. Iroha loses that too. He's in some big trouble. Two big losses early on. Tomcat though has... Oh! For a second I thought he ran over a mine and M3 went down, but it was just him crushing the wreck over here, I believe. There we go, Faust connecting on the M3. Jumps the penal squad outside. And teamwork here from the Axis team as well. Tomcat coming down to assist in the south. Got a lockdown up there on the north. Pine heavy cover gets suppressed. A little bit unlucky there for C. Blanco. Should be an easy engagement now for Tomcat. Well, bit of teamwork there, outnumbering the riflemen. Sterns do get quite low though. So he's going to squeeze out one more squad before the tech here. Double rifle nades in, but an easy dodge there for Icarus. Bit of a waste of munitions ultimately for Tomcat. Captain coming in from Icarus. And bringing in some Pathfinders now as well, so really trying to bolster his strength at this particular timing. He repositions, but the captain actually finds an angle behind this sight blocker. Wrapping around now. Oh, was that a misclick? MG retreating here. I'm not sure about that one. Grenadier's now going as well. Ultimately, the Pyros in the north. Looks like they might have retreated to build up the tech. I'm not entirely sure. They're not up in the north, and combat engineers cap the fuel. Axis are capping the fuel in the south, though. But overall, it does feel like the allies have had slightly superior fuel control to this point. Mechanize the choice for Iroha. 2v2 in the works for Tomcat. Going to be hitting at a pretty regular timing here. Pathfinder's coming in. They could start getting some nasty snipes on this low health Volksgrenadier here. Sturmpire is very, very low.
We have a new scout car.
Pathfinders are doing some pretty good damage and overwhelming numbers here for Icarus. Faust connecting long range there on the M3. MG having some positioning issues. Packs up. Sets up again. Here comes the 222 though, looking to clean up damaged M3. And down it goes. See Blanco meanwhile floating a tremendous amount of manpower. I guess he wants to go for like double guards or something like that at this stage. And he only just got 2 command points after losing his last couple engagements.
Guards troops ready for action.
So did he only build 2 penals? Yeah, just 2 penals. So the allies have done pretty well. One coming through on the Combat Engineer Flamer. Nicely done there by Tomcat. And locking into Storm. Unusual commander.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
But yeah, see Blanco doing a good job. And your allies having so much territory control in spite of only going for 2 penal squads. Usually you go for 3.
Combat engineers are standing by. Guard rifle infantry squads can
He
now
drops
be
in
called
an
to
anti-tank
fight
gun
on
for his
the
teammate here, but a teamwork going on
Under attack.
from the allies. Meanwhile, Icarus not going for any light vehicles, so I guess it's going to be a medium tank rush by both of the allies, and really assisted by their current territory control. It's just so strong. They should be able to speed their way towards those mediums very nicely. Narrowly avoiding the mine, but that could be trouble. He could end up retreating into it once he gets a little bit lower in health. And end up losing the squad. Puma going with the option for Erahai. It's an interesting call to go for a Puma. Guess it will preemptively counter maybe like a T-70, something like that, but as I said, in this game it kind of looks like the allies are not going to go for any light vehicles.
Ambulance taking the field.
Oh, that Grenadier does end up going down to the mine there. Ouch. This is basically exactly what happened. You know, the Grenadiers came forward, so lost a model, then retreated into it. Oh boy. So Blanco does indeed go for the double guards, and with the anti-tank gun as well. That spells trouble for Tomcats. 222 up in the north. That's going to have a lot of trouble. Meanwhile, Icarus doesn't have nearly as much anti-tank, but still enough to be a real nuisance. MG just doesn't have the angle around the hedge here. Here comes the M1. He's trying to charge in. 222 backs out. Takes a lot of damage though. It's a lot of repairs. And Tomcat rebuilding the lost Grenadiers is an interesting choice here. I think personally I would probably try to go for another machine gun instead of rebuilding the Grenadiers. Historically, machine guns are good against these kind of units. Whereas Grenadiers can struggle against DP upgraded guards, and, you know, at the moment Tomcat really struggling for munitions to upgrade his Grenadiers. So we can't even get the LMGs to help him fight back here. And we're coming in from the side, MG spinning around, popping the AP ammo. And backs out. Oh, getting some good hits in though. 2 kills now. Do have control of the south at the moment, and control of the VPs. Puma looking for the wipe here on the penal squad, and there's also a combat engineer very, very low. Chris has an tank gun rotating for it. Setting up. Connects once. Puma chasing all the way into base here, and he gets the wipe. Is he going to go for the combat engineer as well, or is he just going to call that good enough? Looks like he's going to back out. Still has to maybe avoid some guards on the way back. Meanwhile, up here, see Blanco's AT gun getting decrewed. Guards very low. Another squad of guards retreating a little bit further forwards. Blanco getting overwhelmed here. Tries to go for the recon on the AT gun, but Grenadiers come around the corner and get the decon on that once again. Real trouble for Blanco up here in the north. Maybe about to lose one of his guards too. He throws out a satchel to deny the anti-tank gun. Good idea, but could still potentially lose one of these squads on retreat. Was cool. Man, that went really badly for Blanco. I mean, he was in such a commanding position, and all of a sudden he's down a squad. Down an AT gun. Getting pushed entirely off the map. It's gone for tier 3 now, and does have plenty of resources for tier 4 as well. Could even just go for another squad of guards maybe at this stage as well. But they might impact his medium tank timing. Okay, we'll cut off play here by the Allies. Axis a little bit slow getting up here to the northern fuel as well. No sweepers for Tomcat. Very low munitions. Makes me think about, you know, those double rifle nades he threw out earlier. Double light vehicles for the Axis in the south, and both farmlands can be pretty nasty. Very long retreat paths on this map. Long time for these light vehicles to chase you down. T-gun setting up. Connecting once on the 222. Backs away in a nice direction here. Away from the snare, away from the anti-tank gun, and no attack ground attempt there from Blanco. Probably wouldn't have hit. There's a bit of elevation around that area. Probably would have was an issue, but could have gone for it anyway. You never know. Grenadiers here getting a big flank on the 50. Meanwhile, artillery dropped on the machine gun there, clearing it out. He did indeed go for a second machine gun, by the way. Good idea by Tomcat. Pros hit that mine. At least they didn't go down.
Medium armor and rocket artillery is now available.
T-34 coming out for Blanco. He's actually pretty close to a KV-1 in terms of resources. But, you know, at this super fast timing on a map this large, maybe the T-34 is a better choice. Roughly the same firepower offensively and more mobile, better chance of chasing down a squad and getting the wipe on a large map like this. Oh, suppression kicking in there. Guard's going to lob out a grenade, but good dodge from Tomcat. Do have a couple squads coming in for the flank, however. And there we go, he's on the run. Oh, that Pie squad could go down here, maybe. Wait for the grenade and the wipe on the MG instead of going after the Pyro, though. Missed opportunity there, I feel. T-gun coming down to deal with the Puma. Puma has been okay, but not incredible. We're going to take another anti-tank gun shot. Another repairs, and T-34 arriving right when he needs those repairs. Double Jaeger lights, by the way, for Erhard did lock into Overwatch. Oh boy, and that's a nasty rifle nade, getting the wipe there. Clumped up, coming out of cover. Almost the exact worst scenario for Icarus. We'd be better off staying inside cover, and maybe Tomcat even targeting slightly behind the cover as well with that grenade. Kind of looked like it. Sherman out for Icarus as well, and then the double mediums are causing the Axis a lot of headaches. Do have a Rakitten coming up from base at the moment. Tomcat also just bringing in a pack now, but these were a little bit late using the anti-tank guns. because the Puma took those 2 shots, can't assist in the defense either. MG first forcing a full retreat there from C Blanco. A lot of float from Iroha still as well. Needs to get going on his production. Put down his tech truck. Looks like he's going to go for a second Raketen, but he's still got so many resources spare. He was a little bit late pulling the trigger on the Jaeger lights as well. Into this commander. Faust connecting, main gun crit. Oh boy! Sherman gets around behind the corner, but Faust's probably going to cool down in time. Unfortunate that he got the main gun crit here. Oh, here comes the Puma anyway. Faust is going to finish the job. Maybe, you know, if he didn't have the main gun crit, he could have shot a few shots at the Volksgrenadiers, forced them to retreat before Faust cooled down, but not the case. So that feels like maybe a little bit of a turning point here for the Axis. Got a couple wipes on C Blanco, now taking down the Sherman. Feels like they're stabilizing. If we take a look at army sizes, we can see they're actually slightly ahead at this stage. AT gun connecting, but that AT gun's getting laser beamed. It's on the negative cover there. Now an AT gun pushing up. Going for the kill on the decrewed AT weapon. Good push up from the machine gun as well from Tomcat. Bring it forwards and completely shutting down C Blanco. There we go. AT gun gets outright destroyed. Engine damage on the T-34 as well. So stolen MG-34 in the south for Icarus. Getting blasted by the Puma here. Paratroopers coming in. Maybe I'll look for a grenade. Some big damage. He's trying to go for the cap in the south, relieve a bit of that VP pressure. Well, I was about 80 points ahead at this stage. Munitions cashed down as well by Icarus. Says Icarus, no, C Blanco. Maybe Icarus was the one that capped it. Ooh, good Katyusha barrage there. A lot of team weapons clumped up. Raketen down. Almost gets the machine gun as well. Goes for the recrew on the Raketen though. And it pays off thanks to the suppression. Gets away with it. Close call though. Good Katyusha barrage to get things going. 6 kills now. This does feel like one of the harder maps to keep your Katyusha safe on though. So many like little avenues that you would have to mine off if you really want to keep it safe. So we might see some action on that later on in the match. At the moment though, very safely positioned way back at his base. Leaving her on the front lines. And Allies getting the push going. You know, that Katyusha really forced the Axis off the battlefield. Big old blob coming down to the south for Iroha. Another Raketen as well, replacing his lost one. Well, donate to his teammate, we can maybe put it that way. But at the moment, the Allies do seem to be having trouble with the machine guns. Trying to outposition them. This is a pretty good map for flanking and stuff, though. A few flanking opportunities, quite wide. Decrew on the pack now backing away. Big old push from Tomcat, just charging straight down the center. Captain behind the tractor, trying to hold the line for a bit while C Blanco sets up. There's one thing that C Blanco is definitely missing, not having any machine guns himself. Suppression on a blob like this would be really, really nice. Connecting, double AT guns coming in here. Looks like he's going to take double Faust. Looks like he's baiting with the T-34 for the Katyusha, but a little bit late pulling back with the T-34. Gets back in time though. Good dodge on the bundle grenade. Meanwhile, big push in the south. Manages to just crawl in range with this squad for the incendiary grenade, flushing it out of the building.
a static building.
Does have a clear path to retreat along. And he's going to do exactly that. Fresh tank out, but this time it's going to be the Jackson. Instead of another Sherman, perhaps expecting an Axis tank shortly. Where is this penal squad going here for C. Blanco? I think he just completely forgot about it and ends up getting wipes. Really bad play from him there. Maybe he's too busy microing up here. I'd say uncharacteristically bad, honestly. Throwing away a squad like that. It's not like he's got an especially large army that he has to control either. You can just throw away a squad, and that was a long throwaway. You know, it went from like 4 models up here down to 0. A long time to react to that there. Jackson comes in, gets a little bit of crush action going. Good work there for Icarus. Now we've got an SU-85 for C. Blanco, expecting those Axis tanks. Not out yet. We've got tier 4. It's going to be the Panther first. You're also very close to the Panther if that's what he wants to go for. MG in the building at risk of going down, jumps out. On the run. No weapon upgrades though for Icarus. So his riflemen are starting to struggle a little bit against the Jaeger-Lights, against the STG folks. So just enough firepower to win this one. Sweeping up the S-mines in the north. Good play there from C. Blanco. Going for the capture on the VPs. Okay, just busting through all the sight blockers with that Panther. Coming down with the anti-tank gun as well. Maybe looking to surround the Jackson down here, which doesn't actually have much support at the moment. Backing away, but getting a full intercept. He's got a smoke plane, maybe hoping to provide some sight. We've got the P-47s coming through though, to try and protect the Jackson. Reasonable connection with that one. Got the AT gun coming forwards, but the infantry blob there shutting that down fast. Takes off about maybe a third of the Panther's health with the P-47s, SU-85 chasing him down now. Might even need 3 shots to kill though. Oh, the P-47's connect in a big way. SU-85 just needs 1 more shot, but he's on focus sight mode, so he's moving extremely slowly. And now we've got double Raketans from the south. They miss though. Still need 1 more shot. Here come the paratroopers. They miss again, but the Puma's there. That's not going to miss. Gets the decoy on one of the Raketans though. Slightly salvaging the situation. See Blanco just throwing away that SU-85 though, really hoping to get the kill. We've got the planes up from C. Blanco as well though, the R2 Sturmovix. Recruits the Raketan. Panther chasing in after the Jackson. Needs the snare, but it's on cooldown at the moment. Now trying to run away with the Raketan. Can the Jaeger-Lights finish the job on it here? Oh, zombie P-47s there coming in quite a long time after the circle disappeared. Jackson really tempted to trade a blow here with that Panther missing its shot though. Meanwhile, the T-34's been up to some heroic action. Not entirely sure what it's been doing, but it's been doing something. Now Axis down by about 150 VPs. Another munitions cache down by C. Blanco. So it looks like that's going to be a tactic for the Allies, spamming their planes. Good timing for them at the moment as well, because Iroha, you know, maybe would be the one expected to go for anti-air with a flak half track, but still doesn't have his battle group down, so that's still a long way off. Speaking of planes though, now Iroha's got access to the sector assault, so that could be a big difference maker in the next engagement. Here comes the Katyusha again. Slightly unusual barrage here. Not really hitting too much at all. Okay, 2 Jacksons now for Icarus. But it does feel like the allies are a bit lacking in the anti-infantry at the moment. Good bundle grenades, and the Grandies finish off the guards on retreat. Very well played there by Tomcat. Yeah, a little bit lacking in the anti-infantry, especially because these riflemen don't have bars. So Blanco losing squad after squad. I wonder if he's going to go for another SU or maybe the KV-1 again. In the south, Icarus no response at the moment as Double Jacksons are closer to the center. Double AT guns though squaring off on the T-34, very late dodge. Here comes the Panther looking to finish the job. Double Jacksons coming through the center though. T-34 goes for the ram and gets the penetrating hit, gets the critical. P-47 drops. Jackson could be in some trouble. No. Planes finish off the job. And Jackson escapes. A little bit unlucky for the Axis team there, I think. A couple of those anti-tank gunshots missing. But the Allies playing it safe there, dropping both of their off maps to seal the kill. A little bit lucky getting the penetration on the ram as well, but there it goes.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Do still have the 222 that does shoot down planes occasionally. Oh, here we go. Doing alright actually. The flak base activated finally now as well. Katyusha. Again, I don't know about this Katyusha. Ends up scattering one rocket really long. And he takes out the machine gun, but curious. Plane crash. Meanwhile, Iraha kind of coming in from the south, working his way into position here. Could go for a bit of a flank. Double Raketans. Doesn't have that much infantry though to support him. Raketan and Double Jacksons. Panther takes a hammering. Jackson's charging forwards. Got the AT gun in support, the second one. Missing. And the Jacksons could take engine damage here. Icarus continuing to push forwards. Panther missing his shot. See Blanco's AT gun trying to square up. A little bit late setting up and missing its shot. Double Jackson's going hunting for the Puma maybe? I'm not entirely sure where they're going. But they will get away safely. Check. This is cheeky. Panther coming in from the south. And dropping his planes now. Panthers having some issues losing sight with their turrets. A T-gun from C. Blanco getting decrewed. And it looks like one of the Jacksons is going to go down here. Second Jackson still could be in some danger as well. Puma chasing in. Doesn't have the veterancy damage bonus though, so it's the right choice to disengage. But yeah, that was a bad maneuver overall from the Allies. A T-gun decrewed and maybe going to get destroyed here. One Jackson going down. Daring play from Iraha coming back in, but ends up paying off. Was indeed a KV-1 for C. Blanco arriving now. Katyusha coming through, but the Raketans have already dodged out of harm's way. He needs to do another one of those baits with his tank and then barrage the double AT guns in that scenario. Chipping away at the Jaeger lights here. Enemy infantry neutralized. Don't know what it was.
Attack is in action. Standing by for setting of command post. Contact! Infantry! We're getting plastered over here!
Grenade onto the door. Very nicely done there by Icarus. Gets the wipe. Very nicely done. Only one exit from this building. One entry, one exit, so... It's a cheeky grenade as well, because very easily could have been over here, but... Gets it onto the door, gets the wipe. Next tech truck coming out for Earhart, who's still got a lot of resources at the moment. Shot to the machine gun on the north, but doesn't hit too much again. Heading up to the north as well. Got the KV-1 up here, but doesn't look like he wants to battle. And that's actually a second Katyusha from C. Blanco. Interesting. Firing positions, trying to clear out the machine gun. The machine gun switching his focus fire finally. This time Katyusha onto the machine gun, but the scatter's just insane. Don't know if the guards would have got that, but either way, MG does go down. Looks like guards are coming through for the steel on it now. And they're hoping to get the crush off, but a little bit too late. Jackson coming in really deep, going after this Panther, but ends up pulling back. Panther surviving. Just too many troops, but it was a good time to pull back for Icarus. Just about got the double planes here for the allies. Replacing those lost Jaeger lights with some Obersoldaten. Still with a huge amount of manpower. I'm guessing he's going for a King Tiger next. Planes dropped by C. Blanco, I think just to try and get some, or maintain some territory control. Meanwhile, they are losing control up there in the north. Some pretty good damage to the Axis infantry here. Coming forwards. Panther deciding to pull the trigger here. A cheeky shot. Comes out worse for wear though. And the second plane actually got shot down there. They were quite close to their source of anti-tank, the Schwer and the 2G2 on this occasion, allowing them a lot of uptime. MG getting decrewed there. I was thinking about going for the recrew, but lost the squad and maybe not even gotten away with the machine gun as well. Panther Puma combo coming to the south. Jackson trying to play the outrange game there. Now dropping the P-47s in.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Second one coming in from the side. If he does anything. And gets the steal on the 50 cal. Nicely done there by Earhart. Does indeed look like he's saving for the King Tiger. C. Blanco has managed to regather the north, but neutral in the center at the moment still. Panther coming back in. Doesn't have the machine gun upgrade though, so not firing at the planes, and wow, it ends up going down anyway. Katyusha's firing. Damage on the Panther. There's a bit of freedom for the KV-1 there. Yeah, meanwhile, fresh Sherman in the south for Icarus. That's the decrew on the machine gun down there. Got the Panther Puma combo coming down here. We've got the Jackson nearby, but that might not be enough. Getting back a base, no snaring squads around. Looks like he decides not to pull the trigger though. Flak pans are out now from Tomcat. Good idea against the double planes. And Iroha spent a lot of resources. Pretty close to that King Tiger though. Good time to disengage again from Icarus. A lot of right choices in that department. Oh, there we go. C. a little bit lucky scatter on the rockets there and annihilates the machine gun. Tomcat has built a fresh one. Might need to build another fresh one. Panther coming in from the rear here. Pack gets decrewed though by the KV-1. Got a anti-tank gun back here. Jackson coming in through the center as well. It's a good time to disengage. No button here though from C. Blanco. Might have been a slight mistake, I'm not entirely sure. Didn't push up with his AT gun either. There it goes now. But I feel like maybe that Panther could have gone down there with a button with the Jackson, the AT gun, and the KV-1 blasting away at it. Or some PTRS shots. Maybe a missed opportunity. See Blanco trying to save for the planes, but it might be a slight mistake in this occasion. Jackson coming in next for Icarus. And the VP war rages on. Guys up by 110. Smoke coming in here from Tomcat. Oh, big shots from the Sherman. Bringing up the team weapons now. A little bit late turning around the Raketen here. Panther nearby, but getting repaired. Not ready for action quite yet. Here it comes now, and we got the King Tiger out now as well for Erhard, and that's pretty much his army. In fact, he won't be able to reinforce much. Katyusha rockets targeting that Raketen. Got the scatter, maybe a little bit deep. Doesn't end up hitting too much. KV-1 coming around the corner here. Engine damage on the Panther, but the other Panther wrapping around from the side. Jackson over here decrewed, needs to jump back inside. Goes now. Oh boy, 222 dives in, finds one of the Katyushas. Did he find both of them? We'll check on that later. 222 ends up going down though. Just one of them, just one of the Katyushas. King Tiger meanwhile rolling its way forwards here. Does make sense that he can throw away the 222 now that he's got the Flak Panzer for anti-air. Definitely a worthwhile trade there. 222 for Katyusha, rebuilding that. I think it was the lower vet Katyusha though. Oh, late jumping out of the building. Well, didn't do so at all. And Squansai gets flattened. Double Jackson's in the south, maybe looking to try and get something going here. Panther takes a main gun crit, but decides to disengage here. Panther blitzing to the south. Double Jackson's blasting away, but just so many tanks. King Tiger covering the retreating Jacksons. Got the planes coming in now from C. Blanco, but it's the anti-tank planes, not the anti-infantry ones really. Chris repairing up all his tanks now. A lot of repairs required for Axis, but they did get away with everything alive. That's the most important thing. KV-1 ready to rumble, coming back through the center. P-47's ready to go for Icarus. Okay, the tanks are ready for Icarus. He's making a play through the south. King Tiger coming forward. He's got the double Jacksons right there though. One of them connecting. The Werfer coming in now from Tomcat. And after the AT gun and gets the wipe. Really good connection from that Werfer. 8 kills straight away. Katyusha's meanwhile going after the double AT guns back the other direction, but the scatter's just not there. Kind of comes back into harm's way. Button this time on the Panther. Gets it quite low, but not low enough. Double Jackson's trying to rotate. Looking for the finish. Panther getting hung up a bit here. P-47's dropped in. They're both very, very low, but tanks from the south take down the Jacksons. Well, one of them. The lower vet one at least. But yeah, no result again. tanks escaping. Super low for the Axis. Close call. The Axis able to stay alive. And even get the kill on the Jackson. As though with the superior territory control at the moment. Jump back inside.
Sturmovik close air support is available.
Oh, here we go. Katyusha barrage. Some good damage onto the MG. Meanwhile, late game mortar here from Tomcat, using it to smoke out the center. For the cap behind it. Interesting. Clock is stopped at Axis 105. You can see Icarus a little bit behind after losing that Jackson. He's about to pop out the next one though. He's a little bit vulnerable in the meantime. Lost his 3 echelons as well, so doesn't have any sweepers at the moment, no machine guns either. So really relying on the Sherman for his anti-infantry. There we go, King Tiger making a bit of a push here. Tomcat goes for a recon plane, and maybe. Not entirely sure. Shot down fast. King Tiger backing out, so is the Puma. Katyusha meanwhile. Hasn't got a wipe, maybe a Grenadier down there. Mirage going back the other way. This one not quite so successful. 2 kills, still reasonable. Oh boy, what's he doing with that? Volks Grenadier goes down there. Bit of a misplay from Iroha. Coming forwards, hoping to get the kill, unsuccessful. Flak Panzer also capping in the center. Pops the button, KV-1 misses, first shot AT gun pushing forwards. Not sure what he's doing with it though, it looks like he might have right clicked it forwards instead of A moved it forwards. Doesn't set up to fire. Now backing away, we've got a Stug up there though, going hunting for the KV-1. Misses it away. And here come the planes for C Blanco into the center, got a Katyusha barrage coming down as well. Carrying out the MG and the mortar. Deker on the mortar. We've got the Double Panthers waiting down here. Same with the King Tiger though. Do have P-47s ready for Icarus. Double guards coming down. There's pretty good damage in with their PTRSs as well. Right, Flak Pans are making short work of those planes though. Major RD dropped in on the MG there. Double Jackson's ready, so is the Sherman. Okay, this is a tough defensive wall here Icarus has to come up against. The Kitten, Double Panthers, and the King Tiger. Kitten lying in camouflage as well. Good job there, delaying the Faust a little bit, allowing the engine damage after the Panther shot connected. Katyusha barrage into the center. It is surviving. Oh boy. Let's back the other way. Oh boy, it's all going down here. So much action across the fronts. King Tiger pushing forwards again though, coming in from the south. Double Jacksons a bit further forwards here. The Kitten in some trouble. Double Jackson's now in some trouble. Panther pushing forwards. One of them one shot, the other one also getting low. He's dropping the P-47s, but this one's staying in range. Down it goes. Staying in range a little bit long of that Raketen. And decrewed Sherman getting stolen now by Iroha. So it's all coming apart at the seams here for the Allies. See, Blanco meanwhile was way up here in the north. Not entirely sure where he's up to, but in the meantime, Icarus took a hammering, lost all of his tanks. And this time the P-47s can't get them out of trouble. Icarus just about has enough for another Jackson though, so not the end of the world. Still got his Raketen too, and a lot of damage onto these Axis tanks. Yeah, the Allied anti-tank is a little bit under strength now. See Blanco deciding to go for another T-34. Maybe he didn't have the pop cap quite for that. Oh boy, a howitzer from Tomcat, is it? No. Major artillery. It's getting excited. So far, it was a strange commander choice. I think he's only used the smoke bombs from his commander. Maybe the sprint? I don't even know if I've seen him use the sprint so far. Nope, T-34 up in the north. Pilo's hit the mine. Chasing in and gets the wipe.
We are losing Soldaten.
Panther and Pack heading up in that direction, but see Blanco not overcommitting. Another Jackson coming for Icarus, also has another anti-tank gun out. Now the Allies trying to go for the cap in the centre. It's Katyusha onto the MG. Pushes it away, opens up the decap at least. T-34 recommits up in the north, but here comes the Panther, that could be trouble. Trying to check his retreat path, see if he's got any mines up here, but doesn't look like it. Panther a little bit slow. Oops. Going for the chase though. Go on spearhead mode here. Planes are ready for Iroha. He's at 100 of 100 with plenty in the bank to float. See the Axis start to get aggressive here. Oh boy. What's that Puma up to? Getting blocked by his own Raketen. Pops the smoke though. No attack ground, no snare. There go the attack grounds now, but a tiny bit too late. Infantry support. Oh boy, here we go. Panther coming in, finds one of the Katyushas. Going hunting for the next. There was a high vet one that he lost as well. Speeding down the road, gets the kill on both Katyushas now. Stugan support. And here come the planes. One Sherman goes down. Stolen Sherman. Ram on the Panther, but this time not so lucky. Doesn't get the engine critical. KV-1 spinning around. He does have the quad shooting down the planes. Strug hits a mine, goes down. Probably better that the Strug went down there instead of the Panther though. Panzer coming in looking for the decrew on the anti-tank gun, but there are a lot of anti-tank guns here. And there we go, Flak Panzer goes down. Panther coming back in. Oh, and he gets the engine damage. He's got the Grenadiers there. Oh, why did he retreat? Why did he retreat the Grenadiers? They could have killed this anti-tank gun, made it very safe for the Panther to get the wipe here. Goes for the Werfer barrage, gets the kill with the last rocket, and there goes the KV-1. See Blanco down to 30 pop cap, and the Allies throw in the towel. Oh boy, well, I think that's a lesson on mines. See Blanco, you know, in spite of having, look how much munitions he has. No mines. No mines protecting the Katyushas even after that 222 made a dive in here. And I don't think the Pyos came up here to sweep either. Paid the ultimate price there. Fell completely apart. Icarus getting a little bit unlucky, getting double teamed, losing all of his tanks earlier. And getting overwhelmed there. Didn't quite have enough at the end. Still, I think the Allies maybe could have stuck in this one, but they were a bit too demoralized. See Blanco, though, I feel like he played quite badly in this game compared to how he usually plays. A little bit out of character. A few of his plays not so sharp. But GG, good game. Well played by the Axis, turning this one around. They had very, very poor fuel control and territory control in the early game, but they hung in there and they gutted it out. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like a game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.